Tanisha. I was born in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. I live in Naples, Florida, and I'm currently majoring in peace and social justice as well as Spanish, and I'm a senior at Brewery College. Okay. My first internship DFE for EPG was 2 summers ago, and that's when I interned in Lexington, Kentucky at the Kentucky Community Restorative Justice Center, and I worked in legal and investigative work. This internship was completely different. This was at the Backside Learning Center, as David earlier said, and I was working with the Hispanic community and helping them with basically educational resources. This was a complete change of plan for me, which is why I call this presentation a change of plan, because I first had planned to go to attend the Co-Scholars program in Switzerland, and this is a program where 20 students in the world are selected to go, and Brewery College and one other college, University of Florida, has a special relationship with the program in which 2 students are nominated to go, and they usually select those 2 students. Myself and another student were selected to go from Brewery College, and we both couldn't study abroad, so we ended up not going. And because I couldn't study abroad, I couldn't study abroad for my Spanish major either, so then I thought I had to find an internship for my Spanish major. By the time I figured this out, it was really kind of late in the semester, so this was a very hectic time for me. And what I did was I went to my faculty advisor, Margarita Greatzer, and I asked her about opportunities for internships, and I also went to my independent study professor, Dr. Penelope Wong. She talked to me about different opportunities I could do in Kentucky. Because I feel like I really wanted to stay in Kentucky and stay grounded here for a bit before I leave and graduate. She told me about the Backside Learning Center and also about another opportunity. And I interviewed for both, and I realized that I felt like the interviewer for the Backside Learning Center was more personable, and that I felt like I'd have a closer working environment and be more intimate and personal, like my first internship, because I really appreciated that and I wanted to continue with that. The Backside Learning Center is a nonprofit organization on the backside of Churchill Downs, which is a horse racing center in Louisville, Kentucky. And it's really cool because on the first day of my internship, I had no idea that it was such a great community back there. I know I read about it, and I know on the website, I read about it, but I didn't know this much was back there. So when I went back there was 1,000 workers there. 600 of them actually live there in the dormitory housing. There's a restaurant, there's a basketball court, there's an educational center, which is where I spent the summer. And while doing this, there's a lot of summer camps, there's a lot of excursions, there's a family education program, there's also English language learning courses, which I got to do a lot of teaching for. So one of the things I did was I was an instructor for children and also for adults. When I came into this internship, my learning goals were to improve my Spanish speaking abilities and also to improve my teaching abilities, but also as well to become a better person when it comes to serving the Hispanic community. That's what I want to do for future long-term goals. And I was able to do all of those things. First, with teaching children, I had some experience with teaching children because I helped teach assist at the Child Development Laboratory here on campus, and I also did Sunday school at my church. However, this was different because I was teaching things I wasn't used to teaching, and I know that every set of kids is different. And I know that I need different tools to work with different people who have different family backgrounds and different, abilities, because these children, they were like 3 and 4 year olds. However, they were very behind when it came to a lot of the basic skills, because when they went home, they weren't practicing English. So when they came to school, like at 5 and 6 years old, they were really behind as opposed to their peers. And we had to do a lot of intensive training with them. And what was really cool is I got to help with the development of the curriculum and the lesson plans. So I was able to be flexible and work with every student's individual needs and cater to that. And that was really cool during my internship. And I liked how that helped me, because now as I consider professions in teaching, I can see how that will be able to help me to be more flexible as I apply for jobs within the teaching field. I was also able to teach adults, like I said. When I came to this internship, I thought I never taught adults before, I want to try it. So they said, sure, you can. And then I was a substitute teacher for their English language learning courses. Teaching adults is completely different from teaching children because they come to learn for different reasons. It's because they want to survive, it's for survival skills, and it's for improving their quality of life for themselves and their families. And it was really cool because I was able to use a lot of the resources that I saw when I was learning English, when my family was learning English, and I was able to use that to help the students that I was teaching. And this helped me with some of my APG abilities with recognizing opportunities and also mobilizing my resources and to use those. Because sometimes when a student had an issue, and I think it was really helpful for me to have a Spanish major background and as well as an English speaker background, because I could bring those 2 things together. I know some ELL instructors come to the classroom and they don't speak Spanish, but they only speak English. And then it's difficult because they don't understand why the student has issues with that specific pronunciation or that grammatical issue. And I think that was really helpful for me. And it also helped them to feel more comfortable with me. They felt they could be my friend, and it wasn't just like a hierarchy. And that's what I liked about the campus, well, the work environment and the work culture. Because everyone was everyone was on a first name basis. There's no hierarchy between the staff and the students, and everyone was friends. So it made it easy to work with people because you know what they needed and you know how to serve them because you knew them. And a lot of things I got to do also was the social media outreach and the maintaining and developing of different social media and websites, and also the fundraising. This is a new skill that I had acquired, which is fundraising. I had fundraised before, but I wasn't a part of like the administrative work behind fundraising, the finding potential donors and sponsors for our annual fundraising event, which is the major funding source of the nonprofit organization. So that was really cool to do. It was really cool that our organization had the lack of barriers between the staff and the students, which is what I said earlier, is because it was able to help me learn as a person from my students, and it wasn't just me teaching my students. And that helped me a lot with learning about what I want to do in the future, and it helped me to consider professions in teaching. Because before, what I wanted to do was to go to law school. That's what my last year's internship encouraged me to do, which was working with legal investigative work. And I thought I want to go to law school, so I studied for the LSAT. But now, after doing this and doing a lot of teaching, I'm able to see the impact that instructors have in people's lives, which I've always felt all my life. But doing it all summer helped me a lot with that. And so now I'm meeting with a Teach for America recruiter in October, on October 12th, actually, on Friday. And we're going to talk about me applying for Teach for America before I go to law school, when I see my law school scores and seeing how that will develop into my long-term goals. And helping the Hispanic community has helped me because it helps me with what I want to do in the future, which is we'll go to law school and concentrating in criminal justice as well as international human rights and become a U.S. Student Ambassador. So doing those things, we're able to incorporate them into my life. A lot of challenges that I had during the internship was that I was in a completely different city and I was in a big city, and I'm used to being in a small town like Naples, Florida, in which there isn't as much, I guess, combustion and circulation and just wasn't as much people. So I was homesick too, and it just was a completely different environment for me, and I didn't really know too many people there. But my coworkers, because of our close, intimate environment, were able to help me to lose a lot of those struggles. And I was really happy because I made it on the company newsletter, and that was really exciting for me. And I was able to make close friends with a lot of the people in my company. And I was able to use a lot of the EPG resources and all that I learned from my Peace and Social Justice courses, as well as my Spanish courses. Now that I'm in Spanish class, again, of course, but I see that I'm able to use the confidence that I learned in my internship to actually present that in my classroom, because I'm able to feel more confident. I'm actually able to understand what my professor's saying because of the immersive experience that I've had this summer. I don't think I would have had that if I didn't have this internship this past summer. And I'm able to understand better what they're saying. I'm also able to present my ideas better, and I think it reflects in my work, and I'm able to better ask questions with more confidence and get better responses. And I see that what I did on my field experience is coming back to my academic experience, and that's really nice to see. What I give as advice to the future EPGers or cohort 14 and 13 is that when you're looking for your direct field experience, don't look for it based on a big name company, because it's about what you can sell. And if you really enjoy working in a small company, you're able to sell that better. It's going to be a lot better than someone who went to Google but didn't enjoy it and just did computer work all day that wasn't very efficient for what they need to do, and they can't sell it to a job interview. So look for the company that you're actually willing to work at, and also to talk to your faculty and staff, and talk to your advisors and your mentors, because they know you best, so they can look at the opportunities in which you missed out on and which you didn't know about. That's what I learned in the long run. That's what I did. So looking in the future now, what I want to do is work for Teach for America and then go to law school afterwards. And I'm working on those steps as I go on because of my direct field experience. Questions?